there's two things I want to point out. One is just in general, your backswing looks like it's a little too big. But I don't think it's just that you should stop the backswing here. I think that as you keep going, I think what's happening is your body is starting to tilt like towards the target, like away from the camera. So it's a lot easier to see from the front. And it's called a reverse pivot. So if I was looking at you from the front, like let's say this is your head and these are your legs, like that at the top of your backswing, your spine would be kind of tilted this way, like it starts to bend that way. And that's called a reverse pivot. And there's tons of drills for that on YouTube. But I think if you kind of worked on that, it might not be the case. It's hard to see from this angle, but it looks like it is. And if you were to look at yourself from the front, record yourself in the front, and you do see that, and you did work on that, your swing would naturally just be smaller. Because at that point, you're not, like, you're kind of bending your body away, and that's where you're getting a little bit extra backswing. I think, you know, if you were to fix that, that's not, like, going to completely change your swing. It's just going to make it a little easier to control the club. You'll get a little more consistency. But what I do want to point out is that throughout your swing, you kind of, your whole body, like, moves forward during your backswing. So I'm going to draw a line there. Here's your front knee. There's your back knee. I'll draw a line on your butt. You'll see that during your backswing, your head has come way forward. Your butt has come way forward. This knee has come way forward, which is not terrible, but then this knee has kind of stayed where it is. It's gone back a little bit, but not much. So let me compare you really quick. So here's Patrick Cantley. I'm going to make him left-handed. So I'll do the same thing. I'll draw all these lines. So his knees are a lot closer together, so I'll just draw one line right there. And you'll see that at the top of the backswing, his butt has stayed on the line. You know, there's a tiny gap there. His head maybe came a tiny little bit forward, but, you know, pretty much on the line. This right knee went forward, and the left knee kind of went back. Right? Your knees are kind of, the back one is staying still, and the front one is going forward. So the big difference, if I had to kind of describe what's happening, is that your swing is kind of like, as you do your backswing, you're kind of moving forward and then kind of hitting down on the ball, because you sort of stay there. Like, let me draw another line on your butt. You see, you go forward and you kind of stay forward as you come down. When you come up and the butt is still on the line, and then you come forward on the way down, that's called early extension. Yours is like early extension. And so I think generally what you want to try to do is kind of rotate more around your body, around like your, you know, like the center of gravity of your body, and not like fall so much forward. I'm not sure exactly what I would work on to fix that. Maybe it's more just like staying on your heels. Maybe it's your setup, you know, having your arms go a little more down at setup. You know, you can bend your knees a little more. That might make your center of gravity more towards behind you, because maybe it's just that your center of gravity is too far forward, and so your body just naturally falls forward. And so having the center of gravity be like just a couple inches behind. So it could be a little more knee flex. It could be just keeping your weight back. It could just be consciously trying to keep your head from going forward. But I think, you know, that's going to greatly affect your downswing, because your backswing is kind of setting you up for a kind of a downswing that doesn't have the best setup to like do what it needs to do, to give your room for your hands, to allow your hips to turn, all that stuff.